Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 30 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host as usual, Dr. Michael Lange of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. Here each and every Saturday morning live to answer any and all questions you may have regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic. Remember, I've been hosting Ask the Doctor since April of 1993, coast to coast, from California to Florida and just about everywhere in between. Live video streaming, we're all over the world as well. And through just about every social media app. We're broadcasting from the Salem Communications Studios here in beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida. And I got to tell you, God was looking after us in this area. We all survived the hurricane. We dodged a bullet. I got to tell you, we were really, really lucky. And our hearts and prayers go out to everybody in the southern region that's been affected by this terrible hurricane. And just hang in there. These things do happen. I actually went through Hurricane Camille on the Gulf Coast and in New Orleans, and then I was there for the relief effort in Hurricane Katrina. And I got to tell you, this hurricane is just as bad, if not worse. Anyway, welcome to Ask the Doctor. What a way to start the show, right? The phone number to give us a call, that's Dr. Hall and myself. Doc Hall has been co-hosting the show with me for many moons now. The live call-in show is 1-877-969-8600. Remember, the consultation is free. This never replaces a medical evaluation or a comprehensive eye evaluation. This is for educational purposes only. Once again, write this number down. It's 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. And also learn more about what we have to offer at fortify.com. So Fortify is spelled Fortifye. Remember, I'm an eye doctor. That's why it's kind of a play on words. Fortify. So Fortifye, fortify.com. That's a nutritional company I developed based on the right ingredients, the right science, right for you concept. Everything is evidence-based. Years and years of clinical studies we've done before we develop any supplement that we recommend to the public and to our patients. So once again, that's fortify.com. Let me give you the phone number for Fortify Vitamins. I give it to you twice. Get a pen. You can call Arlene or Miss Nita or Michael at Fortify Vitamins. They'll take good care of you. It's 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. I hail from the Lange Eye Institute during the week. I see patients at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. That's Golf Cart Central. That's the fastest growing city in the entire country right now. Great place to have the Lange Eye Institute. All right, we got a lot of people loading up on the phone calls. Good morning, Dr. Hall. What do we have on the agenda for today?
Good morning, everyone. It's good to be with you today, especially after this last week of Hurricane Ian, and it was a lot worse in some areas than what was known. We were expecting a lot worse. I know Dr. Lange was, and at his home front there in Tampa Bay, and of course me up in Ocala. For our listeners, we're about 100, 125 miles apart, but we were spared. I got some light rain. Really, we didn't even get heavy rains here in Ocala. And but on the news, I'm looking over at my old stomping grounds, New Smyrna Beach and Daytona Beach, and my goodness, they have like 3 feet of water on the side streets and the roads. I had no idea. So I'm getting some calls too from folks, especially I hail from Ohio, and folks are saying we're frustrated. We don't know what to do. What should we do? Can we send something? Can we do something? The best thing to do, folks, is really, if you really want to help, and I hope you do, go to Red Cross or like that and offer a donation, for relief. Because believe me, a lot of people are suffering right now from this stuff. And like Dr. Lange said, it's a heck of a way to start a show off. But I think we just have to put it out there to try to help these people, because that's what we do. That's what Dr. Lange and I do. We help people, and we want to push that out there to you too. But anyway, on to bigger and better things here, and just keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers, please. We welcome you to Ask the Doctor. We encourage your participation by calling in with a question or a comment. And in fact, during each and every show, I'm going to answer a question or two from the many texts and emails from you people that are too shy to call in, and we welcome those texts and emails too, just the same. So I'm going to try to address a few of those as we go along. And Dr. Lange has some exciting news today. He's going to talk about some very positive changes we're making in our product line. And now we're not going to go and change anything. We're not taking anything off. So, don't worry about that. We're just adding to and making things more positive as we go. Plus, as always, we have your whole segment. We count on you. It's a talk show, and we need you. As I've said many times in the past, we exist just because of you. If you don't call in, it's a one-way talk show, and it's not very fun either. So call in, folks, and let us know what's on your mind, and hang with us for the next hour. Drink that, pour that other cup of coffee or tea, sit down, relax, put your feet up, and you can exercise later, and I want you to do that too. So back to you, Dr. Lange.
Thanks, Doc. So before we take the first call, I just want to kind of prime what the show is going to be talking about a little bit today anyway. We're going to talk about macular degeneration. We're going to talk about how macular degeneration is a nutritionally responsive disease. That's right, a nutritionally responsive disease. I didn't say it's a cure or any treatment. I said a nutritionally responsive disease. And I've been treating macular degeneration patients for close to 30 years. I have one of the largest privately held optometric practices seeing macular degeneration patients, even vision impaired macular degeneration patients. So we do low vision evaluations as well. And we've seen what the power of changing your diet, the right supplements, I repeat, the right supplements, wearing blue filtering lenses, weight management, things of this nature can do for patients with macular degeneration. So once again, macular degeneration, in my personal opinion, is a nutritionally responsive disease. I created something called the Macular Degeneration Total Body Bundle, and that contains our Fortify Focus, our Fortify Macular Defense, and our most potent Super Omega-3 Max. So the combination of all these nutrients in these 3 supplements works synergistically together. I literally have thousands of people taking this, and they do quite well. So the Macular Defense or Mac Body Bundle is actually $99. And it would sell for quite a bit more than that if you bought that individually. And you do get free shipping for that as well. But check it out on the website. You can go under eye care. You can go under macular degeneration. You can go under bundles and look at the Macular D or Macular Defense Total Body Bundle. All right. You'll thank me one day for this. Remember, this is not a cure. It's not a treatment. It is giving you the fuel, the nutrients to support a healthy retina and a healthy body. So it targets every cell in your body, not just your eyes. Remember, if it's eye healthy, it's also brain healthy and heart healthy. All right, we're going to the first caller of the morning. Let's see. It's Bob. Bob, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, doctors. Pleasant to talk to you this morning. A little touch of fall in the air this morning. 66 degrees when I saw the way today.
I got a sweatshirt on.
Well, my goodness. It's a lot cooler down here. Doctors, I have a question this morning, more of a product line and packaging thing. A couple of years ago, you had a young lady on that represented Astoril astaxanthin, and after her recommendation and her presentation, that increased the recommended dosage of Focus from 1 to 2 a day. I asked, and it did happen that you increased the size of the bottle from 30 to 90. And I was wondering, since your product line has expanded, could that same thing be available for specifically GLA and the next gen Perry one that you just came out with?
Wow, that's a great question. And we're always looking to expand the line. And Doc Hall and I and the entire staff at Fortify looks to see where we can benefit our customers and our patients. And yes, we did offer a 90 supplement packaging for Fortify Focus, and it's been a big hit. I'd say 9 out of 10 people buy the 90 Fortify Focus versus the 30 because you are getting a big discount on that as well. We are coming out with our omega-3 is huge. Our omega-3 is probably our biggest product, Bob, and you've been along the way in the development of our Fortify Super Omega and Fortify Super Omega-3 Max. So we're going to be coming out with those in 180 count instead of 60 count, in the near future. So that's our first one that we're going to launch. The GLA, we very well may come out with a higher amount. GLA has had a little bit of a back order. It's been hard to find. But we have found it, so we are in the process of manufacturing more GLA. I think we've also come out with the Fortify Complete, the next gen Complete. We used to have it in 60, now we have it 90 and 60. All right, so we're contemplating on taking our Fortify Fit, which is very popular. That's our pre-workout, post-workout supplement that's great for the elderly population that are developing sarcopenia. We might come out with that in a 90 serving bag or a larger container. And so we are taking all that under advisement. Like I said, our first one would be launched 180 of the Super Omega instead of 60. So that'll be 3 times the amount. Of course, that'll be a very good discount because that's globally our number one seller. But yeah, I appreciate the input and helping us, along the way, Bob.
Well, you're more than welcome. Doctors, I really look forward to Saturday mornings and the opportunity to talk with you because you are an unending source of information. And I really obviously continually want to thank both of you for your time in preparation for the radio show and for the information that you give us.
Well, thanks,
Have
Bob.
a good day. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, thank you, Bob. All right,
Thanks, Bob.
Phone lines are open. Give us a call, Dr. Richard Hall and myself, Dr. Michael Lange, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. So one of the best meals for macular degeneration is wild Alaskan salmon sauteed in coconut oil. Extra virgin organic coconut oil has medium chain triglycerides and lauric acid. Wild Alaskan salmon, not farm-raised salmon. Wild salmon is very high in a carotenoid called astaxanthin. Astaxanthin actually improves choroidal circulation, lowers inflammation in the eye, can help dry eye as well. It's a potent antioxidant and a potent anti-inflammatory. So we saute wild Alaskan salmon and some extra virgin organic coconut oil. In the end, throw in a little organic kale, maybe a little organic spinach. This is very high in lutein, which is a carotenoid that increases macular pigment density, helping to protect the retina against the harmful blue light. So if you're prone to kidney stones, use the kale instead of the spinach because spinach is very high in oxalates. It's got to be sauteed. You cannot break down the cell wall, a chlorophyll-based cell wall. A human cannot, so it's got to be gently cooked or steamed or broken down some way with a little mild heat. Then throw some orange bell peppers in, very high in zeaxanthin, also a carotenoid that increases macular pigment density, thus protecting your macula from the harmful blue light. So now you see you've got lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin in a meal with kale, orange bell pepper, spinach, and wild Alaskan salmon. Believe it or not, put a little egg on top, a free-range egg. The egg yolk has some phospholipids in it that make the carotenoids absorb better. even helps the omega-3 absorb better. And the egg yolk also has a little bit of lutein and zeaxanthin in it. So you can polish it off if you drink any booze at all. I'm not a big advocate of drinking alcohol, but if you do, a little red wine, a Pinot Noir from the New York or Oregon region. I like a King's Estate Pinot Noir. It's a biodynamic winery. And this type of red wine is very high in resveratrol. Resveratrol has been shown in studies to maybe potentially lower the chances of dry macular degeneration turning into the more visually devastating wet form of macular degeneration. So just one glass of Pinot Noir, or you can have some green tea, organic green tea or matcha tea with it. All of that is very good. You can have a little tiny bit of dark chocolate square. Dark chocolate has some polyphenols in it that may be good for your retina as well. In moderation. Remember, the darker the chocolate, the better. Also, the darker the chocolate, the worse tasting it is. It's not that delicious. It looks like it's delicious, but if it's like 93% cacao, it's kind of bitter, but it's actually pretty good for you. So there you have it. The perfect meal for macular degeneration. If you Google that, the perfect meal or the ultimate meal for macular degeneration, I usually come up number one on the first page. So if you're not going to eat that, then you need to take some of the supplements that contain these nutrients. Beware of the supplements over the counter. Much of them are filled with only window dressing amounts. Doc Hall did a whole show and wrote an article on reading labels. You have to learn to read labels to see what's legitimately in these supplements. Our macular defense formula is amazing. It has the latest nutrients backed by the latest science that we developed. We've changed that 14 times. So we have a new one coming out called Next Gen Macular Defense in the near future, but currently our current macular defense is just amazing. So look at our Fortify Macular Defense, zinc-free or regular. So we're getting ready to go to another call in a second here and talk to Doc Hall, but let me tell you, how do you pick zinc-free or regular? We were involved in some clinical studies showing that certain people have specific DNA that actually shows that the zinc may be bad for the retina. So you can have a DNA test done, swab out the inside of your cheek by your eye doctor, and that can help determine what's going on and whether or not you need zinc or not, or simply a few questions. If you're on a diuretic, if you're an alcoholic, drink too much booze, if you have ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, or you're a vegan, then you need the macular defense that has zinc in it. That's the Fortify Macular Defense. Everybody else, zinc-free macular defense. Because if you're eating any animal proteins, you're getting plenty of zinc in the animal proteins. A lot of people during the pandemic were taking way too much zinc. Too much zinc can cause a copper problem and cause some serious health problems. So you got to be very careful. Remember, more is not necessarily better. So we've taken all that into consideration in the Fortify Macular Defense. Now, remember, you can buy it by itself, Fortify Macular Defense or zinc-free macular defense. And we talk about this under the description, how to pick which one. And remember, the Fortify Macular Defense Total Body Bundle contains our Fortify Focus, which is lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin, our Fortify Macular Defense, and our Super Omega Max, all for $99 with free shipping. Check it out at fortify.com. All right, phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. Give us a call. We're broadcasting on the Sky 97.3 FM in the Gainesville, Ocala, Florida network. We've been on that ever since the conception of the radio station. Once again, anybody in the Sky listening audience, give us a call. Let us know if we're coming in loud and clear. Also, we're in Bakersville, California. We're in Arizona, New Mexico. We're all over the place. Give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. Also, make sure you're wearing your sunglasses out in the sun. And ultimately, when you get your glasses made at the local optical, ask for blue filtering lenses to block the harmful blue light. So if we eat the proper foods, take the proper supplements, block the harmful UV light and block the blue light, you're doing everything you can to promote a healthy retina and help decrease the chance of you getting macular degeneration or your current macular degeneration accelerating. All right, Doc Hall, it's your turn to take over the microphone and give us some good advice.
All right, Dr. Lange, thank you. Just want to chime in too, real quick there, what you were saying about the, excuse me, the blue light lenses. you got me involved in that about, I guess, about 4 or 5 years ago. And I was having just eye fatigue in the afternoon. Of course, I'm on a computer, some kind of blue screen all day long. Then when I come home, I relax by doing what? Well, watching blue screen TV. And so what we did is we upped my focus, one of our supplements, to two a day, and you fitted me for blue lens blocking glasses, well, blocking lenses, I should say. And honestly, within a week, it just went away. I didn't have the problems anymore like that. So, folks, take care of your eyes like that, especially with all the blue light that we're bombarded with every single day. It's cumulative and it builds up on you, and then you end up with eye problems. But anyway, we've been going over our many able and texts that we get. We stay by sometimes after the show and try to, if we're not supposed to be at another place or at the Clearwater store. And so we go over all these texts and like that. So I came up with the idea a couple of weeks ago to try to feature one or two of those texts and emails on our show and answer them for you that don't want to come on the radio and hear your voice. And so we're gonna try that. But here's the first one for today, and we'll try this and see how it goes. And it goes, and this is an actual a letter from a listener. Dear Doctors Lange and Hall. This is Andrea from Alabama, and I've been a listener for many, many years, and I've always taken your advice. So I have a question. I know Doc Hall has been known for many, many years of his bodybuilding expertise. And so although I'm not going into professional bodybuilding, I am going to a next level exercise program. What supplements do you suggest? And she, of course, she goes on and says, she wants to receive the best results and like that. We all do. And it's frustrating when you take on an exercise or a diet program and you don't see any results. Well, there has to be a reason. And Dr. Lange and I are pretty good at finding out what that reason is. So anyway, here's my answer in quick. Thanks, Andrea. Glad you are still moving forward on a wellness path. I'd like to suggest our performance bundle. It has two of my very favorite products, and honestly, I use them every day. And that's our Fortify Fit and our protein concentrate. I use the combination every day in my own workouts, and I can see and feel the difference. I mean, I really see that. And so I would suggest those. I use Fit as my pre-workout drink, and then Fit and protein for my post-workout drink. And I say that for the post-workout, and I really want to emphasize that because that really pushes my body into full recovery. And that's what you need to do. Remember, folks, there's two parts to a workout. There's the actual physical workout part, and then there's the recovery part. If you don't do the recovery, what you did in the workout part, the exercise part, has actually done some damage to your body, and you're not repairing that damage. That's what recovery is all about, repairing that little damage. Now, the damage I'm talking about, that's fine and it's natural. You get in there and you work with the muscle fibers and like that. There's a little bit of tearing going on and stuff, but that's good. That's natural and that happens. Where the problem comes in is where you don't repair that. And then you lose strength, you lose size, you lose all that stuff. Both of these products come in our bundle, our performance bundle, just $59 for both. Okay, and that's going to give you a full month charge on this of using it, and you'll see the difference. All right, and you can come into one of our three stores, our three locations, and pick it up, or you can call in and it will ship free, no charges, no add-ons, no $450 carrying charge or a handling charge or what. No, we don't play that game. It's going to be $59 wherever you get it, and so. Try that. I would also like to suggest our Omega Max, Andrea, and also our supplement named Complete. Complete is a balanced multivitamin mineral. And like I've always said on the show, and you've probably heard me say it before, I like a multivitamin mineral in the program. Reason being because it covers all the bases. You always hear this, well, I get all my vitamins from food and like that. You probably don't. You probably don't. I know every day I see people and I consult every day with folks, and they think, honestly, most people think they're doing a whole lot better than what they are. And especially with their nutrition. I know Dr. Lange knows the same thing. I had a gentleman come in the other day and we figured out that he was taking in a grand total of 30 grams of protein a day, and which is nothing.
Way
So,
too much.
yeah. So, but anyway, folks, that's our question for the day. And we'll go back to you, Dr. Lange.
All right. Thanks, Doc. That was great. All right. You're listening to Ask the Doctor. 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. Let's go to the next caller. Monica in Albuquerque, New Mexico, been waiting very patiently. Good morning.
Good morning. I love listening to your program on the days I get up early enough to catch it. I find it very fascinating. And I have an inquiry that's it is off the eye topic. So a friend of mine, platonic friend of mine here in New Mexico, both of us have a similar situation going on with our parents. My dad fractured a hip in July, and he had a quick surgery to repair that, and he's home, and he's with my mother. They've been married for 62 years. So, he's got a good, solid home, and at least one child of his, including myself, is going over every day, multiple grandchildren. I mean, he has wonderful care. He had 0 dementia prior to surgery. He has 0 now, but there's a little, you know what I mean? He's not the same.
Sure.
And my friend has gone out of state to care for his mother, who broke her femur about a month after my dad did the thing with his hip. She was she had anesthesia twice, and it was a longer surgery, and they're seeing a lot of dementia, and she does have some problems with her eyes. She's partially blind. Perhaps it is this macular degeneration. My dad doesn't have any eye problems, and both of them are in their, my dad's going to be 87. His mother's about probably 85. Any thoughts on this anesthesia and onset of dementia?
Well, anytime you're under any type of surgical blade and you're under anesthesia for a longer period of time, all right, especially prolonged period of time, it can increase your risk of a whole host of problems, including vascular events in the brain and in the eye. I mean, we see ischemic optic neuropathy and artery occlusions in people that have had strokes and things like that. So obviously, the least amount of time that you're under the knife, the best. But surgery can save lives and is sometimes warranted. Some people stay under the blade for hours and hours and hours, and they have no problems at all. So that could aggravate the situation, absolutely. And just the aging as we get older, we can have some cognitive decline. There may be a family history, there may not be. So we kind of got to approach this. Obviously, following your physician's recommendations is crucial. One thing about the fall, as we get older, the fall is what usually kills us, all right? Because we break our hips and break other things. And so we got to keep the body as strong as possible. So things like Dr. Hall was just talking about, the Fortify Fit, our whey protein, things like that, exercise routine. I got my 94-year-old mom on this because hopefully it keeps her stable and strength so she doesn't fall. So ultimately not falling is key, right? But let's address the possibility of neurodegeneration. There's 3 things that I really like in a nutritional support to guard against, deterioration of the brain, and in some cases reduce some of the beta amyloid plaque that's building up in the brain that can cause dementia. And so the 3-piece puzzle is omega-3, curcumin, and coconut oil. All right. Extra virgin organic coconut oil. All right. You can cook in it. You can put it in your smoothie or your protein shake and have a few teaspoons or tablespoons a day. It's actually very safe and it's actually good for the brain. But omega-3 has been shown, if you take the right levels of omega-3, to reduce the chance of cognitive decline and dementia by 49%. And you can look at that study if you go to a website called healthbenefitsofomega3.com. healthbenefitsofomega3.com. And I think it's one of the first or second studies on there. And you can look at the actual study. So omega-3 is important. But if you heard me on this show, the majority and the lion's share of omega-3 you buy over the counter has got an ethyl ester molecule attached to the backbone, ethanol attached to the backbone. That makes it
Mm-hmm.
very inefficient, very unstable. You belch up a nasty burpy flavor taste,
Mm-hmm.
nasty taste. So you want to get what we call TG form or RTG form. So that's triglyceride form or reesterified triglyceride form. It should say that on a label, TG or RTG, both very similar. And there's a few companies out there, only a few that make it. Of course, ours, I'm a little bit biased. Fortify Super Omega, 2 a day. If you're under 180 to 200 pounds, Fortify Super Omega Max if you're over 200 pounds. Okay. So omega-3 is one
Yeah.
piece of the puzzle, and then curcumin is the other piece of the puzzle. There's a lot of great studies on neurodegeneration and the right form of curcumin, but curcumin is similar to omega-3. Most curcumin you buy over the counter is useless. It just does not absorb. So they're using all sorts of synthetics and black pepper extract and things like that to make it absorb better that potentially has some side effects. So we have one called Next Gen Curcumin that uses curcugen. And you can actually look at the studies on our website, or you can go and just Google curcugen. It's the only food grade oleoresin based curcumin on the planet. It's the newest form of curcumin and one of the most bioavailable and the safest that legitimately works. So not only can it help with inflammation in the body and pain in the body, but all the latest science, this combination can possibly help protect the brain and aid against, neurodegeneration. And I like one that we have called Omega Relief because it's $50. It's discounted considerably, and it comes with our Super Omega and our Next Gen Curcumin. Now, remember, Monica, this is not a miracle cure by any things. God made a really good body. And if we just give it the right fuel, and most people aren't giving the right fuel to their body, and quite frankly, most physicians don't know this, so they can't make these recommendations. So, in a nutshell, that's kind of what I would recommend you guys trying.
Okay, great. The coconut oil, the omega-3, and the curcumin,
Right.
and I took down all the other notes on that. Now, regarding the omega-3 and the ethanol, if it says pharmaceutical grade, now I'm talking about something that I myself have been taking. It says pharmaceutical grade on the container. Is that enough safeguard against this ethanol?
Nope, because
Oh, okay.
pharmaceutical prescription fish oil is ethyl ester because it's very inexpensive to make, and they can make the huge profit that everybody wants, right? Money makes the world go round, right? So I don't like to rape my patients and my customers. Our markup is very
Yeah.
small on these. We have it made in Norway. Like I said, there's a couple of other good brands out there, but very few. Most of them you buy over the counter. If it says pharmaceutical grade, that doesn't mean a whole lot in the omega-3 industry, okay? You want to know
Okay.
country of origin, all right? So most of them aren't going to tell you the country of origin because they're coming from a country that you really don't want to buy your fish oil from, okay? So
Right.
if it says Norwegian on it or even American made, I mean, find out, look at the COA, and you can look and see how much contaminants are actually in it. And the company should send you the COA if you ask for it. But you got to be very
Okay.
careful. Pharmaceutical grade doesn't mean a whole lot. So got to be very find out if it's got ethanol in it because they're not going to tell you. They're not going to say it's an ethyl ester by simply snipping the end of it off and squeeze it in a styrofoam coffee cup. If it rots a hole through the cup in 10 minutes, it's got ethanol in it. And that, like I said, makes it very unstable, makes it very inefficient at absorbing, and has to go through your liver every day to cleave the ethanol off and replace a triglyceride backbone to make it absorb. Remember, fish don't have ethanol in it, so you want it as natural as possible.
Okay. All right. And I can get you. What's your website?
Fortify.com. That's FORTIFEYE, fortify.com. And at least you can educate yourself, and then you can be an educated consumer. If you go and if you don't buy Fortify, if you buy something else, you'll know what to look for.
Okay. Is it all right if I make another comment regarding health?
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. When my dad came home from his surgery, well, he was in rehab for 3 weeks, and I didn't see him. And when he came home, he had swollen legs and feet, and it was like, wow, I'm not used to seeing that with my dad. And no physician or anybody said, anything about it or what to do with it. And just one night while I was driving home, God put in my head cherry juice. not from concentrate, but
Mhm.
pure cherry juice. So we got the Lakewood brand. And I'd say within 24 hours, I mean, it didn't go away overnight, but we saw it diminish within 24 hours. And, and he wouldn't drink 8 ounces a day, but we got him to drink 4 ounces a day. And it worked. He's done. His
Awesome.
feet and his legs went back to normal.
And
So I don't know if a lot of people realize that about the uric acid.
And tart cherry juice is even better.
No, that's what it was. I'm sorry.
Okay,
You're right.
good. Tart cherry juice is
yeah.
amazing. It's also very high in melatonin. It helps you sleep, but it's an amazing anti-inflammatory, lowers inflammation, and is great for circulation.
And I understand it could be good for people with congestive heart failure.
Well, remember, if you got swollen legs, you can have congestive heart failure. Absolutely. That can be one of the causes. And you definitely got to be seeing a cardiologist for that. With congestive heart failure,
Yeah.
I wouldn't, treat it holistically yourself. But,
No.
a lot of doctors can recommend things that, along with, traditional treatment, can be beneficial. Yeah, there's a lot of things that have natural approaches to aid the heart, certainly. Like I said, God made a pretty good body as long as we give it the right fuel. And that's what this show is about, helping direct our listeners what the right fuel is.
All righty, wonderful. It's a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
All right, Monica. Doc, chime in.
Bye.
Yep, I want to just chime in just real brief on Monica's um, question there, and also just a little bit of advice. Now, please keep in mind, Dr. Lange and I never, ever, suggest that someone go off meds or anything like that, because we realize the place in our body and our life and in our whole wellness program. If you need meds, you have to take those. But I'm going to suggest to Monica for this, because I've experienced this in my own family with several, two people that were on pain medications and one with an anti-anxiety medication. And that changed their whole personality totally. It was they weren't thinking straight. They're a little bit out of focus, and so now again, it's not for us or Monica to take her father off anything. Please, please, please don't do that. But work with your physician and suggest to them that, hey, Dad's focus or his memory or his thinking is just a little bit fuzzy. Could it be an attachment to the meds here? It's just something to look into, that's all. But again, don't do that on your own. Work with your physician.
Absolutely. All right, phone lines are open. 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. There's a latest study we talked about recently about, it was in March of 2021, the Journal of Circulation, and it was over 2 million people for 30 years. And they compared people, the average person only eats 2 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. All right. And if you added 3 more servings, up to 5 servings a day, it decreased the chance and risk of death by any cause by 13%. It decreased the chance of a risk from a heart attack or stroke by 12%. It decreased the chance of respiratory, especially COPD, by 35% by eating just 3 more servings of fruits and vegetables a day. So how many fruits and vegetables are you eating daily? So this study says you need to eat at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. I think you need to shoot for 10 to 12 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And remember, the dirty dozen, that's 12 fruits and vegetables that are just obliterated with pesticide, that has to be organically grown fruits and vegetables. So many of you are not going to eat, 10 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. Many of you aren't going to eat 5 fruits and vegetables a day. So that's why we developed the first all certified organic, gluten-free, and FODMAP-free superfood called Fortify Organic Blue Green Superfood. It's delicious. It has pineapple, spirulina, wheatgrass juice, barley grass juice, blueberry, kale, broccoli, strawberries, peppermint leaf, probiotics and enzymes, and a 6 organic adaptogenic mushrooms, and a lot more. So that's called Fortify Organic Blue Green Superfood. We got thousands of people enjoying this, and this is enabling you to get those fruits and vegetables that maybe you are missing. I always say shoot for 10. The studies say you need at least 5 to live a little bit longer, healthier life. All right, phone lines are open. 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. We started off talking about the ultimate meal for macular degeneration. And a lot of you that listen to the program have macular degeneration because I see you, and we, have got you on a specific diet. We've got you on what I like to think is the right supplement plan. And this is constantly evolving. All right. Our supplements are constantly evolving based on research that we're involved in, international and national research. We fuse it all together to try to come up with the best supplements for patients out there. Once again, just going to recap: Fortify Macular Defense is available in the zinc-free form or the regular form. And you can learn about which one to take if you just go to the description at fortify.com. But I kind of developed the triple whammy of macular degeneration nutritional protocol, and that's our Macular Defense Total Body Bundle. It's under the bundle section, Macular Degeneration Total Body Bundle. It has our Fortify Focus. It has our Macular Defense and the Super Omega Max, our most potent omega-3. All three of them, and it's priced at $99 plus you get free shipping. So if you do have macular degeneration, you may want to consider this. Certainly talk with your optometrist, talk with your ophthalmologist about it. I always recommend talking with your primary care physicians about any new supplements you're doing as well. So that's Macular Defense Total Body Bundle at fortify.com, FORTIFEYE, fortify.com. Also, today I will be at the Fortify Nutrition Center probably for a few hours. I'll get there about 12:30, 12:45, and I'll stay till about 2 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock if we have a big crowd. We had a big crowd last week. So that's right there in Clearwater, on McMullen Booth Road in the Bayside Bridge Plaza. You can't miss it. Fortify Vitamins, next to Publix. I'll be there, Fortify Nutrition Center today, about 12:30, 12:45. So come on out, pick my brain about nutrition. Remember, Doc Hall hails from the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, Florida, right there on State Road 200. He does free nutritional consultations. That's the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, Florida, right on State Road 200, across the street from the Paddock Mall. Also, remember, Doc Hall has his new book out that he developed. It's the journal. It's the ultimate journal for training. Check it out on our website at fortify.com. You can get it at Lange Nutrition Center and at the Fortify Nutrition Center. Has everything you need if you're advanced workout or beginner workout. It helps you with your nutritional protocol. It helps you plot your progress. It is amazing. It really works much better than those little apps you can buy on your phone, because let's face it, you don't need to be taking your phone into the gym. All right, 1-877-969-8600. Give us a call. We got time for a few more calls. 1-877-969-8600. And the phone number for Fortify Vitamins is 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. And my personal website, which will link you to all of our social media and our podcast, is simply drmichaellange.com. drmichaellange.com. That's DR. Spelled out.
New calls there. Let's get at least 2 more calls in before we close out the day.
We will do that. All right. We're getting ready to take a call on line 1. Once again, phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. If you're not satisfied with the eye care that you're getting, get a second opinion. We're blessed in this country to have a lot of great optometrists and ophthalmologists to take care of your eyes, and certainly in the villages, the retirement mecca of the country, the Lange Eye Institute. It's where I hail from, and I'm there Monday through Friday at the Lange Eye Institute. And the phone number for the Lange Eye Institute is 352-753-4014. That's 352-753-4014. With that, we're going to go to the next caller. Let's go to Dee in Gainesville, Florida. Good morning, Dee.
Good morning. I have been listening to you for a long time, and I just heard about the surgery issues, and I've had over 10 surgeries in the past 10 years. The last one I had was over 8 hours, so I do think I suffer from some of the effects of the anesthesia. And most of them are abdominal surgeries, so I have issues where I can't exercise. But I wanted to find out exactly what products, if I took every pill available for, I've also had to have iron transfusions, so it puts me where I'm, extremely tired and not as strong and active. I was very, very active before, but I just want maybe to start out with, maybe that drink that you were talking about, using that for the proteins, and I can't eat a lot of things. So just wondered.
That's a great question. I mean, you would be an ideal candidate to come down from Gainesville to Ocala and see Doc Hall for a free nutritional consultation, because then he could go over everything. He can look at everything. I mean, do a body, mass index and things like that, and he can chime in a second.
Right.
I mean, just listening to you, I mean, your nutrition is key, right? You got to get the right nutrients. It starts with the right diet.
Exactly.
So if you look at Lange's Survival Diet, just Google that, the Lange Survival Diet. That's one of the top diets I've put together to help anybody and everybody. So it starts with eating the right foods, and then you have to have proper digestion. So many of us don't have proper digestion. So we have something called a digestive bundle, and it comes with enzymes and probiotics. So changing your diet to something like the Lang Survival Diet, taking enzymes before each cooked meal, and maybe taking 2 to 3 probiotics at bedtime, that'll at least get the gut, the microflora, the microbiome, and help it get intact. And the Lang Survival Diet has some fermented foods and some sprouted foods in it, which are also very beneficial for gut health. As far as building strength, okay, if you're lacking strength and energy, our Fortify Fit could possibly be something that would be advantageous to you. It sounds like you've been anemic, okay? And so obviously they got to
I
get that
have.
anemia under control, but there's nothing wrong with taking something like our Fortify Fit and the protein Doc Hall chimed in about. As a matter of fact, Doc, you were talking about that with a caller that emailed you or sent you a letter. I think she sounds like a perfect candidate for something like that. Obviously, a nutritional consult would be good, but can you chime in a little bit about the fit and the protein?
Absolutely. Those are like the basic building blocks for our body. And we want to keep that body strong. And those two, that combination right there is the best combination I've seen. I've been in this field now for over 40 years. I hate to admit that, but I have been. And it's the best. There's no two ways about it. It tastes good. It's good for you, and it's at a good price. So I mean, you can't go too far wrong with that. What I would suggest to this caller and to others, here's my phone number. I'm going to give it to you a couple of times. Now, this comes directly to my desk. You don't go through anybody else, sales department. I don't have a call screener, and it's 352-353-2206. Give that to you again in just a second. But you can call me at any time if you have questions about your supplements or, Doc, what should I do? I'm confused. I don't know what to do. And a lot of people a little bit shy about calling in to order and like that. You can call me, okay? We can talk about your program, what you're doing, how you're doing it. I'll make suggestions for you, and you can place the order right there for me, and I'll make sure you get it done. And remember, the same thing, you still get, the great deals, the bundles, the discounts, the whole thing, and you get free shipping. So if you come to me or you go to the warehouse, the only thing I'm saying is if you have questions about your diet, fitness, supplementation, any of that, use this number, 352-353-2206. And I'm there every day, 9 to 5. You can call me and we can chat and we can get you on the right path.
Yep. And D, so look at the performance stacking bundle on fortify.com. Look at the performance stacking bundle, read that information, educate yourself, and look at the digestive bundle as well. So look at the digestive bundle, the performance stacking bundle, and then look at Lang's Survival Diet. Start implementing that right away. And then, like I said, maybe set up an appointment to see Dr. Hall, and then keep us posted, call us and let us know how you're doing.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. Thank you very much. I lost a ton of weight when I had my last surgery because I didn't eat for over 30 days. So I have to be very careful with what I eat, and just because of all the intestinal surgeries I've had.
Right.
So I think I'll start with maybe the sack bundle, and that drink is in there that you were talking about with the strawberries and the vegetables.
Right. That's organic blue-green superfood. So a lot of people that have had gastric bypass surgery and things like that take our organic blue-green superfood and do very well on it. So that gives you the fruits and vegetables and the probiotics, the enzymes, the mushrooms. So you could also try that. Look at it, organic blue-green superfood. You don't need to be taking all of this. So start small, and then we can add to it. All right, Dee?
I will. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. Doc Call, we got 10 seconds. Tell everybody goodbye.
Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and listening to Ask the Doctors. I'm Dr. Michael Lange. Have a great day. God bless you, and God bless America.